Hey there, welcome back to another video. And this is not really a review, but more of a thoughts on a TV show that I rewatched fairly recently, pretty much last weekend. And that is a show called Insomniac with Dave Attell. Now, anytime I think of this show, I always think of the theme song that opens each episode, which is like, drunks and losers, dwarves with limps, flows and hoes and one-eyed pimps. Down the alleyway they creep, all your friends when you can't sleep. Come with me and you will see a late-night freak show, Jubilee. Kit the Sandman in his sack. Stay up late, Insomniac. Boom. And what these are the only DVDs, sadly, that came out for the show. It was a Volume 1, Volume 2. And you did 10 episodes on this one and 5 episodes on this one. And for those who don't know what the hell the show is, it debuted on Comedy Central in around 2001. And it was on until I want to say 2004, because it got to 4 seasons. 10 episodes per season. Plus there were a couple specials, around 5 or so specials. Like one was in Tokyo, one was in Berlin, one was in Rio, one was in the south of the US called March of the South or March in the South. I think March of the South. Sadly, those specials, good luck on trying to find them anywhere online, whether it be YouTube or such. But thankfully on YouTube, a lot of people have uploaded not only these episodes, but most of those 40 episodes. And if it's not on YouTube, there are other websites. In fact, I found 38 of the 40 episodes from the first 4 seasons. And the only episodes I could not find were 2 in Season 2. It was one for Reno and Phoenix. And what the show details, this comedian Dave Attell, each episode, he'll finish off a comedy act in a certain city, whether it be Montreal or New Orleans or Houston, Chicago, Anchorage, Alaska, Charleston, West Virginia, Austin, Texas. He'll finish up a comedy act, and then about 11 p.m. or midnight to 5 or so a.m., he goes out on the town. He has a little camera crew, and he sees the sights of that town, meets random people. So lo and behold, it's a reality show that was actually real. I'm sure what they did was they probably filmed a week or so, because the amount this guy drinks, by the end of it, he would be too drunk to be able to walk. So they probably filmed each night throughout the nights, and then they edited it together to look like one night. So maybe that's the only trick they do. But yeah, they meet real random people out on the street and talk with them. He goes to bars and frequents bars. He frequents restaurants that the people in the area recommend. He sees what crazy things happen or what people do at night in that certain city. Like one episode, there's a part where he goes with these guys who are ghost hunters. There's one where he goes with these guys who are cowboys. I think they're lawmen, but they have horses and cowboy hats, but it's in the city. And one, there's people who drag race, not out on the street, but on a racetrack at night. There's one where it's a rodeo. There's one where these people, they're bullfighters. And they show a little bit of what they do with that. There's one where, what was it? Oh, there's one day he goes to like a porn convention and meets porn stars. There's one in Las Vegas where he's at a blackjack table. And there's Pat Morita from the Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi. There's Charo, which if you don't know her, just look her up. And then there's, I think, Robin Leach, the guy who does lifestyles of the rich and famous. Yeah, caviar dreams. Like the three of them at one card table. Yeah, I think that's the Las Vegas episode. But like, he'll see like random specific special things, but then he meets random people on the street and gets their real reactions. And Dave Attell, he could think on his feet. He was very quick-witted. He was very funny. And a lot of crazy stuff. Like, he goes to places that happen to be gay bars or places that deal with certain fetish. So it just runs a whole gamut of crazy stuff. And I always remember this one. I think it was when he went to Chicago. And if I find the clip, I'm going to try to remember to put it down below, the link for it. I swear it was a place called the Wiener Circle, a food place where the customers are talking so much shit to the workers, and the workers, they just cuss out the customers, full-on profanity. Get the dick out of your breath. Get the dick. I'm trying to think, what was it she said. There's like a bunch of women workers just cussing the shit out of these customers, and they fire back. Get the dick off your breath. Here's your food. Shut your hole, you fucking asshole. Listen, you Forrest Gump looking motherfucker. Take your fucking food. A lot funnier than I'm making it sound. Just hilarious stuff. And this sort of says it best by the LA Times. It's foul-mouthed, sophomore, tawdry, and incredibly fun, combining the elements of travelogue, documentary, and boys or girls night out. I agree with that. And it was cool to watch because you're wondering what the hell's going to happen next, and because it was real, it wasn't staged. So, okay, what random people are they going to meet? What the hell are they going to say? What the hell are they going to do? And Dave Attell's reactions are fantastic. They're absolutely funnier than hell and fantastic. And one thing I gotta say, I wish Comedy Central would release the whole show on DVD or Blu-ray, or release it on, say, Netflix or some other thing for people to be able to watch it. Yeah, you can find quite a few of the episodes on YouTube, but there are some episodes gone that might as well have disappeared through time, I guess. Because good luck trying to find the Reno and Phoenix episodes from Season 2. Good luck at trying to find those specials, like the one from Tokyo, Berlin, Rio, the March of the South one. I've never seen them, but if you go on Wikipedia, it shows that they were made, but good luck in trying to find them. And I'm surprised they haven't done a show like this again. I'm not sure why it got canceled in 2004. I don't know if there was ratings. I don't know if Dave Attell just quit. I don't know if maybe people were trying to come up to them and purposely get on camera so it felt less real. I didn't know it was on the show, but maybe they were finding a lot of people that were trying to act crazy for the camera because year by year this show got more notice. I don't know the whole reason why it got canceled. I don't know if Dave Attell ever talked about why that happened. I do know that like nowadays he could not do it because I remember there was an interview I read with Dave Attell where he had to stop drinking because there was blood coming out. So it was his body telling him to not drink anymore. Right, you could do a show where you didn't have to drink, but at the same time the whole good point of the show was going to bars and being around people like that and then not being able to drink. I can understand why. I'm surprised another person has not tried to do this. I'm really surprised they haven't brought this show back. And what's funny when you're watching the show, in a way, Dave Attell was one of the first people to do the selfie. Because he'll have this, one of those disposable cameras, and, hey, let me take a picture, and Like right here. Like he'll take these pictures. Nowadays, everyone knows about the selfie. No one knew what the hell. There probably wasn't even the term selfie in 2001, and he was doing it. So I'm like, did Dave Attell invent the selfie? Did he invent the? Now let's take a picture. Okay. So I would say if you've never seen this show, definitely look it up on YouTube. Just type in Insomniac with Dave Attell, and Attell is spelled Attell. I think you'll have a lot of fun. It's very entertaining. And I'm going to look on Wikipedia to see if there's any info. I wish, like Comedy Central, I never watch Comedy Central nowadays, so I don't know. Oh, it sounds stupid. I didn't even know if they were still around. I'm sure they are, but I'm like, well, what the hell's on the channel, Comedy Central, today? That's how little I pay attention to it. And yeah, I have no idea. I guess you have when Stephen Colbert left to do his show on CBS. So I guess maybe you have the Daily Show, but with a different person on there. Well, because Jon Stewart retired in 2015. But yeah, I can't. I'm sure South Park is still on. Current programming: Comedy Central Roast, Tosh.0, Drunk History, Broad City. This is not happening. Yeah, I don't know any of these shows. Yeah, South Park, The Daily Show, The Jim Jeffries Show. Who the hell is Jim Jeffries? Yeah, I don't. That shows how far off the reservation I am. But yeah, Insomnia with Dave Attell from 2001 to 2004. It was 40 episodes, 10 episodes a season. He went to New York a couple times, San Francisco, Kansas City, Boston, Little Rock, Myrtle Beach, Cleveland, Albuquerque, Portland, Long Island, Dublin, Honolulu, Columbus, Ohio. I know in one of those episodes, they got like a guy who won this contest and went with him around the city. I thought that was pretty interesting. Amsterdam, of course, that's the place where you can have weed, so he does go to a weed shot. They couldn't film him smoking the weed, but you get the idea that he did do that. Yeah, here's the specials. March on the South, where he went to North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Rio de Janeiro, where we went to Rio. Sloshed in Translation, where we went to Tokyo. Insomniac Baby, which is Berlin. And there's something called a ham bone, which I don't know what the hell that is. But this was a pretty popular show. This is not like a show that, like, when you mention it, people are like, oh yeah, I remember that show. I didn't. It was there for a couple of years. I don't know. Even back in the day, I never understood why they did just a best of. Like, why not do season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4? So this is all you have on DVD. It sucks. I don't even know if these are in print. I mean, actually, I'm curious to look on Amazon now. Insomniac, Dave Attell. But yeah, if you haven't seen the show, I think it's worth a look. Yeah, you can buy them used. Or Best of Insomniac Uncensored Volume 2. They say, $20. Or you can buy them used for like $2 plus shipping. And then the other one is like $4 plus shipping. That's used. I know there was an Insomniac tour, which was just like him and a bunch of comedians. But I'm talking about the actual show. But anyway, I guess I'll end it there because I'm just dwindling down anyway. Just sort of random thoughts on Insomniac with Dave Attell. Very entertaining show. I like those. Like I said, it's like a travel log, almost a documentary, but at the same time, just him having fun, spitting very fast-paced, funny-ass quips. And you're just wondering what kind of insanity Dave Attell was going to encounter next. Great show, well worth a look if you haven't seen it. And if you haven't seen it in a while, it's a lot of fun to rewatch. And yeah, quite a few people have uploaded a lot of them on YouTube. So yeah, Comedy Central, if somehow someone Comedy Central sees this, release the show. Release it streaming on Netflix or something. Hell, I would purposely, if you had all the episodes and the specials, I would purposely go for Netflix to see all of them. Having people available, I would purchase. But, you know, I guess Comedy Central doesn't want to make money. Because I guarantee you there's a lot of people like, I haven't seen that in a while. Let's look at that. But hey, what do I know? Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. And as Dave Attell would say at the end of his episodes, get some sleep.